Welcome to Content Creation Craziness, C Cube, C3, whatever we're going to call it. This is my favorite segment of the day because as I've stepped into encouraging more and more people to make content, I get the same excuse every time. Alec, I don't know what to say. Alec, I don't know how to say it. Alec, I don't know. It's all garbage. We're going to just eliminate those excuses today, and we're going to give you the framework for what to say and the framework for how to say it. Get something to write with, buckle up. What to say. You think you're stuck on this. You're not. Here's the two things you need to do. Number one, that book I threw away, get a book. Get a notepad. Get a Google Excel Drive sheet. I don't care. Somewhere where you're going to store ideas of what to talk about. But before we get to documenting your life, because right now you're solving problems. You're solving problems for customers every single day. Every single problem you solve for a customer is a video, is a piece of content. You don't need to seek out what to say. You're saying it every day. So you just need to write down what you're saying and come up with those ideas and put it on a board, put it in a notebook, put it on a Google Drive doc, and you're going to have a content strategy before you know it. But for those of you that are stuck right now, let's start at the top. If you just watched the last segment, I gave you a full YouTube strategy. We're going to use that as a springboard to build your content strategy today. Let's go. First, let's talk about topics. Let's get the brain moving. Let's get the creative juices flowing. First-time home buyer. Let's be our first topic. First-time home buyer. Pen sucks, no excuse. There it is. First-time home buyer. Right now, how many topics can you come up with that first-time home buyers need to know about in order to be prepared to buy their first home? I just talked about this in the last segment, but let's just throw some on the board, right? Credit. By the way, my handwriting sucks. The editing teams do amazing things to make this good. Credit. Down payment. FICO. Appraisal. Rate. APR. Inspection. Realtor selection. Down payment assistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I can come up with 9 in 15 seconds, we can get 40 in a good brainstorming session of 2 minutes. But this should just get your brain working on how to come up with topics. Now, which of these do you like? Credit, down payment assistance, FICO. What are the things that you think are the most important for you to talk about? And let's do the same exercise now with second homes. And I'm gonna cut ahead. I'm gonna cheat because you're not here with me in the room for me to embarrass you. The same topics that you need to know when you're buying your first home translate identically into what you need to know when you're buying a vacation rental. But it's different, isn't it? The credit score might be different than when I'm a first-time home buyer. The down payment requirement for a second home might be different than when I'm buying my first home. But all of these translate uniquely into the same experience that someone needs to have when they buy a second home. Let's keep going. Investment property. I want to buy investment property. Guess what? It's the same equation. What credit score do I need to have to buy an investment property? How much down payment do I need to buy an investment property? What FICO do I need to buy an investment property? The topic's the same, the context is different, which means you can make a video for first-time home buyers about credit, and you can make a video for someone buying a second home about their credit, and you can make a video for investment properties and talk about their credit. All of these nuances are different because the context is different. Does that make sense? Are you with me? Okay, buckle up, let's keep going. FHA loans, VA loans, Reno loans, if I can spell, reverse loans, USDA, if that's your marketplace, non-QM, if that's your marketplace, jumbo. Do you see how all of these start translating across all these different subcontexts? And all of these things can be part of a content strategy. Now, we're missing a section here. We're going to erase this. Forget all these subtopics for a second. There's a whole other category that we haven't talked about, which is current events. What's happening right now? What's happening right now that you can talk about that's helpful and relevant to your community? How about inflation? How about lack of inventory? How about realtor lawsuit? All the things that are happening around you right now that your customers and your sphere of influence is frustrated with and dealing with are topics that you can talk about and share your thoughts and opinions on to influence and build community and brand. We just hit 106 topics in 4 minutes or whatever it's been. There is an unbelievable amount of things to say. But here's the one topic that I didn't put up. What do you care about? What do you care about? Is it all the VA myths that are going on? And that veterans are getting denied because they're working for a wrong institution and they're being told that there's a minimum FICO score and there's not? Is it the down payment assistance in your local community that people aren't leveraging because they don't know about it? What's driving you nuts that you're passionate about, that you care about, that you want to talk about, that you need to demystify and explain? Here's the magic about this whole thing. You get to talk about this once. You get to talk about it again. You get to talk about it again. Because here's the reality. You're going to hear this over and over and over as we talk about content strategy. Do you think because you made one video on the internet that everybody instantly stopped what they're doing to watch it? Is that what you think? You think that you made a video on down payment assistance because no one's using it in your marketplace and the whole world stopped to watch your video? Are you out of your mind? What happened is somebody saw it and scrolled right by. Somebody saw it and wasn't prepared to engage with it. The mental state wasn't there. They were running to a meeting. They were dealing with their kids. So they didn't engage with it, which means you now have the ability to do another video on it. You now have the ability to talk about it again and again and again. You have to understand this. We're going to pivot into how to say stuff in 2 minutes. But you have to understand the culture that's going on social platforms. It's a scroll environment. People are scrolling on social media over and over again. Every video you make is at best a micro impression that someone's going to see and blow right by. So if you're passionate about a topic, now's your chance to talk about it again and again and again. So not only did I give you 200 plus topics to talk about today, but you get to go back to your favorite, most impactful topics and share them over and over and over with your audience to make an impact on the community you're trying to serve. That's one of the biggest pieces of advice and wisdom I could share with you today. The more frequently you post, the bigger the impact you're going to have. Now, let's talk about how to say it, because you're doing it wrong. How you say things on social media is critically important. It's not like real life. In real life, if you or I were to sit down and you were going to consider using me as a mortgage professional and you were going to ask my advice, I might introduce myself. That sounds pretty normal. I might share with you some of my background because you might want to know that. Do I have the experience? And I might share with you some of my accolades. You might even be able to see like awards behind me or things that I've strategically positioned in my office about how great I am to kind of just qualify that I'm a good professional to work with. On social media, we try to do the same thing. How many videos have you seen with, hey besties, it's Alec Hansen, Chief Marketing Officer here at Loan Depot. I have spent the last 22 years stop it. How many videos start with an introduction and then pivot into your qualifications and then talk about how good looking you are? Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
You're ruining it. They're gone. Your whole audience is gone. How you say things on social media matters, and I'm going to give you the framework right now. All right, here it is. Hook or intro. Don't worry, we're going to unpack all this stuff. Story or explanation. Got it? Can't write. Close or your call to action, your CTA. That's the format. That's the format for everything you're going to do. So let's explain these. Your hook or your intro. What is this? In the first seconds of your video, tell me why I should watch. Either warn me, scare me, encourage me, educate me, give me something that's going to get me involved in what you're saying. I don't care who you are. I don't care about your expertise and your accolades and your awards. Is your information right now important enough for me to stop scrolling? Once I've committed to listen to your ass, now tell me what's up. Give me the meat. Give me all the details I want. Keep it, don't repeat yourself. Be efficient with your language. Deliver it. Give me what I need. And then get the heck out of there. Let me go. If I need more information, I will follow up with you. I can find you. I will DM you. You can't escape me on the internet. But don't feel the need to talk for 30 minutes on this thing. Tell me why I should listen. Give me this thing I'm after and get the hell out of my way so I can do the next thing. And if I need you, I'll find you. That's the equation. We're going to give you some examples, but does this make sense? Keep it short, keep it fast, get in, get out, but give them the real meat. Let's give you some examples. Let's start with the tried and true topic of down payment. And the first thing we have to do, define our audience. Who am I talking to? Realtors? Customers? Past customers? Who am I talking to? You always have to define your audience. Everyone in the world, pick your audience. The more strategic your audience, the better your content. But let's just say my audience today is going to be first-time home buyers. That's my audience. That's who they are. In my head, I can picture them, people that haven't bought a house yet. Got it. Topic, down payment, ready to go. Let's write some hooks. Now, you have to give yourself some grace. Okay? Some grace. Are you a master hook writer? Have you ever written a hook in your life? Are your hooks going to be really good day one? Grace. It's okay. You'll get better. It's a muscle. Don't worry about it. You can use ChatGPT. It's not going to save you, but it might help inspire you. But let's give you an example of a hook. One of the biggest myths of down payment is what? You need 20% down. We're starting easy, folks. You need 20% down. It's a myth. It's not true. So you want to know what a weak or entry-level hook would be? My favorite, the did ya know. The did you know. Did you know that you don't need 20% down to buy a house? Oh, I didn't know that. You hooked me. Now, is that strong? No, it's weak as hell. But is it still a hook? Yeah. Yeah, you're coming in with something that's going to try to catch my attention. Let's just go down the line and come up with some extreme, terrifying hooks that are clickbaity and you probably don't want to use either, but make the point here. Did you know? If you put 20% down on a house, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. Biggest mistake of your life. Okay, maybe I'll watch you. How many of you have seen those kind of hooks on the internet today? They're everywhere. They're clickbait. They're garbage. But they are a hook. They are somebody trying to write something to get you to engage. So if you personally, so here's what makes a great hook. A great hook is something that you personally, deeply believe to be true. If you personally believe that it's the biggest mistake of a first-time homebuyer's life to put 20% down, and you would die on that hill, then you should say that hook. That tracks. If you don't believe that's the biggest mistake, and maybe there's a range of down payments that are acceptable and it depends on someone's situation, then you need a different hook. That is not your brand. Don't try to pretend it is. I'm taking a little tangent here, but this is where people make a lot of mistakes in this world. They try to use hooks or language that they see somebody else use that they feel like does a good job, and they try to become that person. Well, this person used this and it worked, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to go to YouTube and look for the biggest hooks, and I'm going to use those because they worked for Joe Schmo, and now they're going to work for me. No. What's going to work for you is what you personally believe to be true here. Then you're going to win. Are you going to master hooks day one? No. Are you going to get better every time? Yes. Can you use ChatGPT to cheat? Go for it. Let's move. Let's talk about the meat, the potatoes, the story or explanation. Now, why do I say story first? Humans love stories. We love it. In fact, if you go to somebody and say, hey, I got a story for you, you're going to find people be like, yeah? You got a story for me? I want the story. I mean, how did we get all of human knowledge passed down before there were written words? It was stories. We told stories to each other. So the transition here between the hook and the meat, I'll give you two sentences that I feel are the easiest to use. You can come up with your own, but the easiest to use are, let me tell you a story. Or, let me explain. It's written there, you got it. I'm going to use this crazy hook for fun. If you put 20% down on your first home, you are making the biggest financial mistake of your life. Let me tell you a story. That's how it feels. You're making the biggest financial mistake of your life. Let me explain. Okay, explain, Alec. I'm here. I'm ready. Tell me. That's how you transition into it. And then take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, relax, and tell me a story. Don't overthink this part. Now, I give a lot of encouragement here. Don't get off track. It's easy. You can start telling a story and then just never know how to land the ship, and it's 5 minutes later, and you're like, oh my God. So don't get off track. Come up with a couple bullet points. I'm fine with that. You want to hit point 1, point 2, point 3, have that on a sticky, have that on a whiteboard, whatever. That's going to help guide you. Fantastic. But just tell me the story in your own words. I don't want it scripted. I want you to become unscripted. You can script the hook. In fact, you notice in the brand new episodes, we scripted hooks. When we film later, we script hooks. But the story part is just you. Just tell me. Person to person, across the table. We're having a coffee. We're having a beer. Tell me the story. It doesn't even have to be your story. Let me give you an example. We're going to go on a little journey here. One of my favorite originators is a veteran in Hawaii. He's a great branch manager. He's a great originator, Purple Heart recipient, like unbelievable human being. And he told me once that he's so passionate about VA lending today because when he was PCS'd, permanent change of station, and when he was moved around the country 4 times during his service, no one ever told him that he could have possibly bought a home every time he moved with a VA benefit with 0 down. So instead, he rented at each of the places he visited for 4 moves across the country. When he got out of the military and he learned about his VA benefit, he got upset, justifiably so. He could have purchased 4 properties across the U.S. during his service and walked out with duplexes, rentals, a whole new opportunity. And he never got that because no one told him. So I can frame this up and tell that story without it being my own story. Buckle up. If you're an active duty veteran and you're being PCS'd across the country, not buying a house could be the biggest mistake you ever make. Let me tell you a story. I have a really good friend named Chris who works with us as an incredible mortgage provider. And then you guys see it, right? You're with me? You see the story comes through there? Hook, story, it doesn't even have to be your story. But I'm telling you, if you have that notebook where you're tracking down all the problems you're solving today, and you're writing those things down or recording them online, those are your stories. You're living your stories. Just write them down and share them for people that can help. The key to a great story is authenticity. Talk to me human to human. But don't make this one mistake. You don't have to tell me everything. Remember, in a good video, in a great video, you're getting my attention, you're solving my problem, you're telling me a story, and you're getting out. Meaning, if there's more for me to know, that's where the close comes in. Follow up with me later. Send me a direct message. If you have more questions, I'm here for you. Do not feel the need to tell a story for 17 days. Give me the high notes. and get out. On that note, let's talk about how we close and our call to action. We need to land the ship. We need to get out. We need to end the video. You got two choices. You can give people a direct call to action. Let me give you an example. If you put 20% down, you're making the biggest mistake. If you're a first-time home buyer and you're putting 20% down, you're making the biggest financial mistake of your life. Let me tell you a story. I knew this couple, blah, blah, blah. They did this, and they made a huge mistake. Now it's time. I told the story. Now I got to get out. So if you're a first-time home buyer, I want you to reach out to me today so that you don't make the same mistake as this couple. Direct message me right now. Okay, Jesus, you got me. I'm in. You told me exactly what to do, when to do it. You're coming at me. I get it. But does every single close of a video need to be, and if this is you, send me a direct message. Save 99% today. Like, do you have to salesy close every single one? No, absolutely not. You shouldn't. But it's totally appropriate to be like, and if that's you or you know somebody, send them this video or let me know how I can help. That's great. Put it out in the world. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. That's fine. But you also can just close. And a close can be, I hope this information today was helpful for you or your loved ones. Have a great day. That's it. You didn't ask for anything. You didn't say call me. You just said, I hope this video was helpful for you. Have a great day. I like those closes. I think they're great and appropriate. I think it's okay. If you ever read Gary Vaynerchuk's jab, 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 right hook, I think it's okay to put some jabs out where you're just giving value. You're just trying to help people. You're not trying to slip your business card in their pocket on the video. You're not trying to look like you have commission breath coming through the lens. You're just here to be a great human being and help somebody. You don't have to have a call to action on every one of your videos that you're ending, but you do need to have a close and a quick ending so that you can get out of your story and let the scroller move on with their life. Let me summarize this whole thing down for you again. You have no excuse, and I don't mean that to be mean, I mean that to be encouraging. There are a million things to say and a million things you can repeat and say on a regular basis. Grab that notebook, grab that Google Excel drive, and put down the topics to give you inspiration whenever you need it. You now have the format of how to frame your videos. Intro or hook, story explanation, call to action or close. Don't overcomplicate it, keep it simple, keep it fast, and deliver helpful information to others. But this is what I really want to end on to give you some inspiration. The things you told me in the beginning that were crucially important to who you aspire to be and to the values you care about. This. You need to stand on this every time you start to make a video. Remember when I said in the first segment, keep it in, that there are people on social media that drive us nuts. We see their content and we just don't like it. We just disengage. It just doesn't seem it seems disingenuous. It offends us. It's because they're not talking from their position of purpose. Every time you go to make content, you got to stand on the foundation of what you believe in and who you want to be and what your purpose is today in this world, as you know it today. I'll tell you what helps me and what's helped thousands of people that I've talked to over the last 7-8 years. Go be in service. Go help somebody with your message. If that's the foundation you're stepping on, if that's, I'm going to make this video to help one person, you're going to win. You're going to win, and you're going to continue to have a positive impact on the communities you're trying to influence. None of this has to do with bragging, has to do with how fast you close a loan, has to do with any of that stuff. All of it has to do is, here are problems people don't understand, here are myths that need busting, here are issues people are facing, and here are solutions that can help them navigate this crazy world. And if that's the foundation you're standing on, inside your purpose, inside your value set, inside your brand identity, then you're going to absolutely never lose by putting out messaging every single day on social platforms. I want to end with one more thing. I said that was the end. We're going to do one more. Inevitably, when I talk about social media like this, the topic of frequency comes up. How often should I be posting, Alec? You gave me all these ideas. You told me how to do it. How often should I be doing it? Here's my analogy. Have any of you tricked somebody into marrying you? How did you do it? Have any of you made a best friend? How did that happen? I'm going to tell you how it happened. Frequency. Besides shared interests that are clearly there in a spouse, I hope, and your closest friends, there's frequency involved that escalates that intimacy and creates that relationship. If you're dating somebody once a quarter, that relationship isn't advancing very fast. If you're seeing them every single day, now there's fertile soil for a great relationship to start building. That truth is the exact same principle that's happening with social media and frequency. If you show up once a month on social media, do you think everyone saw your message? No. They scrolled by it, didn't see it, algorithm hit it, whatever excuse you want, they're not seeing you. So you need to up the frequency. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump it up. So every day. Now, oh my God, Alec, I can't post every day. It's impossible. Shut up. Such an excuse. It's playing so small. What is that? Look, if you don't care about the success you're capable of achieving, post once a quarter. I don't care. But if you want to play at the scale and capacity that you're built for, then realize you need to show up every day to play. And that means you need to post every single day. But Alec, it's hard. I know. I mean, I really know. I do my best to do it too. I have a job. I know. But you're capable of it. You're so much stronger than you think. So just stop the excuses and figure it out. Batch your content. Bring in resources. There's a team here today. It's not me and an iPhone because I take this thing seriously and I care about it. Look, go ahead. Just, that's the team. Team of people. Okay, back to me. No, I'm just kidding. That's terrible. Why? Because this thing freaking matters, so I take it seriously. So I put resources around me so I can win and play at the highest level I'm capable of playing. Do you need to go build a whole team right now? No. You need to figure out how to film on your iPhone and post every day first. Okay, baby steps. But let's not make excuses anymore. There's no shortage of what to say. You're solving problems every day. You can learn how to say it correctly. Meaning, even if you don't like the equation I gave you, there's a million other gurus and experts on YouTube that'll tell you other ways to say stuff. Go find that out. Go find what resonates best with you. And then play the biggest game of your life. We're going to dive in to our next segment in 30 seconds called Marketing Mayhem, where I'm going to challenge you to build an incredible marketing plan to push yourself. It doesn't mean you're going to be able to do all of it today, but build something great that you're proud of, that you can aspire to, that you can hold yourself accountable to. And let's take our business to the next level. Kapow!